Man has encountered many great threats in its thousands of years of existence, but never anything quite like the shark. This clip starts off with HD footage of a scuba diver taking in the sights, until something unsightly comes into view. This experienced diver seems to be keeping his cool, seemingly unfazed by the oncoming underwater killer, and that is exactly what makes the next part so shocking. The shark takes a chunk out of the man's arm in a flash and speeds away. Not to worry, though, the man is said to have returned to the ocean after completing a few months of hospitalization that also left him with a badass scar. This clip starts off on a frantic note with a tiger shark circling around our stranded cameraman. If you thought that was bad, wait until you find out that after a few seconds the shark disappears from sight altogether, with the man frantically snapping his head around to look for the predator. When the shark returns soon after, like a phantom rising from the dead, the man barely registers its presence. The man realizes he is in danger and tries to swim away backwards, keeping his spear at the ready should he need it, and as it turns out, he does indeed end up needing it. Fortunately for the man, it seems his spear was enough to deter the shark. In this next clip, these two men are diving off the coast of Papua New Guinea. The man that is rubbing a plastic bottle between his hands is doing so to attract sharks, a suicidal endeavor that will not end well. The foolish man even swims out into the open, away from his friend, in a bid to attract a shark. Little does he know he is about to have his death wish come true. The shark comes straight for the man from out of nowhere. Neither of these two see it coming. Allow me to slow it down for you. As it turns out, the man ended up completely unharmed, apart from a severe headache after the shark rammed the man upon realizing they weren't prey. In this next clip, we see a shark make a Disney supervillain entrance. But this shark means serious business, unlike the previous ones we've shown. This one tries to go straight for the diver in the cage. After getting stuck a few times, it unsurprisingly is unable to get through the cage and decides to swim away. The divers inside breathe a huge sigh of relief. That shark was hungry, or angry, or both. All in a good day's work for these divers, I suppose. This clip isn't just good, it's great. Meet the king of the ocean, the great white shark. This shark is in no mood to make friends and wants all the smoke. It swims straight into the diver's cage, testing its strength and the diver's nerves. The shark continues to push against the cage, albeit unsuccessfully. Realizing that it is a futile endeavor, the great predator decides to swim away. A penny for the diver's thoughts in those gut-wrenching moments. This man has spotted a shark beneath him while surfing, and he seems bizarrely pumped about it. The man then spots a turtle beneath the surface, also swimming around in close vicinity of the murder machine. The turtle, realizing it's also in danger, immediately makes a U-turn, but is unable to escape.
Oh no! Oh! Holy Oh, this is intense. They're underneath me. Look, the tiger's going.
But the man, so captivated by the shark's chase of the turtle, forgets that he is also in the blast zone. He doesn't realize that what happened to the turtle is going to happen to him next.
Uh-oh. Oh, what?
The shark goes on and takes a huge chomp out of the man's surfboard, sending the man tumbling into the water and right into the shark's home turf. I love how he doesn't forget his camera, though. It seems that this man viewed it as more of a transformative experience.
Oh my God! Oh, look at the teeth marks! Look at the teeth marks! Look at this! Oh, I love that so much!
This man is lucky that shark was not serious about hurting him. Otherwise, there would have been no experience to have had. This group is down in the ocean with a cage to protect them from what appears out of the depths of the ocean. The shark is watching them from a distance, observing, calculating. It continues to inch closer and closer to the audience, to its bloody theater. The shark is at this point too close for comfort for many in the cage, and that unease turns into full-blown fear when this happens. The shark slams into the cage in an attempt to break through it. Realizing that that's not possible, the hunter swims away, much to the relief of these divers. The shark continues to keep an eye on them, but the divers will remain safe and without further drama. This clip starts out as something straight out of a horror movie. These are shark-infested waters, bull sharks, hammerheads, the whole party. These divers have chosen the depths of hell for their staycation. These men seem pretty experienced if their calm demeanor underwater is anything to go by. However, things take a horrifying turn when one hammerhead gets a little too close for comfort. That was a skillful maneuver from the diver, and these people show off their years of experience as they continue to handle the sharks of Tiger Beach. I guess it's nice to finally see some aptitude on display. When this group went fishing, they caught something a little bigger than they bargained for. They continue to try to reel the shark in, but this bull isn't going down without a fight. In what is a vicious attempt to break free, the shark violently slams into the boat to throw the people hunting it off. The people jump back in sudden disbelief. It seems they have underestimated a shark on its home turf. The shark manages to swim back down, albeit it's still caught on the hook. The shark once again slams into the boat, giving these fishermen another warning. But they try to bring the raging bull to the surface once again. The shark manages to snap the line, swimming away back into the ocean. This man is just kayaking along at sea when he realizes something is amiss. He snaps his head back to look at something he thinks he's seen out of the corner of his eye. Little does he know that that peripheral threat is about to become very real. The man is understandably very confused. He doesn't know what hit him, literally. That is when the threat resurfaces again, sending the man into a panic. The man, understandably scared, quickly paddles away. His life depends on it. It seems he will live to tell the tale. This couple was out in the ocean exploring a wreck, no, not the Titanic, without a worry on their minds. That is when something truly unexpected and shocking happens. A shark attacks the woman recording from behind, biting directly into her air hose. The woman is instantly sent into panic, but the man remains calm. The two quickly find a solution as the man gives his wife his primary regulator and uses his own alternate. But where is the shark, you might be asking? Well, have a look at this angle from the husband's view. That didn't look like a full-grown shark, and these people should be thankful for that. This spear fisherman is out at sea, doing as spear fishermen do. Little does he know his day is about to turn upside down. The coast seems clear for the most part. There seems to be no danger, no threat, until he spots death speeding toward him at a rate of knots. Now that is a sight that would make anyone's heart stop. The shark comes at the man from out of nowhere and lunges at him. But this man's instinctive reflexes save his life. He sends his spear straight into the shark's jaws against incredible odds. The shark is stopped in its tracks, and this man manages to get away. Kudos to this man. That was spectacularly quick thinking. So, which one of these encounters did you find the most traumatizing? Down under, in Sydney, Australia, a man almost maxed out all of his lucky aces when he went cliff diving and was greeted down under style by a waiting spectator. Terry Tufferson and a few of his friends decided it would be refreshing to change up their plans for the day and go impromptu diving in true Australian fashion. Cheered on by his friends, Terry then took the plunge. But as soon as he hit the water, he realized how grave his decision was. Fortunately, Terry's encounter with the shark was something of a cautionary tale for everyone to never underestimate the forces of nature. In then quiet Portrush Harbour, Ireland, an unwelcome guest caused widespread panic among locals. The harbour's residents swarmed a scene that is very much out of the norm.
Oh my word. Let's try and get there. To the rock base.
When this unthinkable act by a 14-foot basking shark occurred, men, women, and children crowded carelessly over the edge of the harbor.
Whoa!
After authorities learned of the residents' carelessness, they reportedly considered human and animal welfare to achieve coexistence. A man decided to go on a cage dive in Guadalupe, Mexico, to meet a creature that has only ever appeared in his elementary textbooks. The daring man in the video is Bob. He has marked off many things from his list of adventures. Next is finally meeting the ever-powerful great white shark. Bob, overjoyed, felt a surge of excitement from the once-in-a-lifetime encounter with the creature, when out of equal curiosity, the mighty beast gave him a show he will never forget. Bob continued his story about the time he came face to face with a great white shark, rejoicing in the fact that the shark did not mistake him for a seal and attack him instead. Sam Jaff and his wife Heidi used to take regular boat rides 4 miles off the coast of Key West, Florida, where they often stopped to swim.
The water's beautiful.
On one fateful day, a cameo appearance beneath them altered the course of events.
Hey, Heidi. Hey, Heidi, get in the boat.
Are you being serious?
Luckily enough, Sam saw the wriggling creature before Heidi turned into shark food.
Look at
Can you
that.
see them?
Yeah, they're like circling. Look. Look out.
Sam's ocean awareness not only helped them avoid a potential shark attack, but also taught them to be more cautious on future boat trips. In Monterey Bay, California, a swimmer was alerted by a drone operator who saw danger approaching the unaware diver in New Brighton State Beach's calm waters. Eric Mailander was flying his newly set up drone over the beach when he noticed a strange movement in California's waters. Upon noticing, he made efforts to calmly inform the swimmer of the potential danger of its presence. Despite shark warning signs in the area, Eric felt obligated to act. Since the water is warm, these sharks like the shallows and will interact with swimmers, surfers, boogie boarders, and stand-up paddlers. Thankfully, no horrific predatory footage was captured during this encounter. Several shark enthusiasts got dangerously close to a 20-foot monster in Charleston, South Carolina, for the chance at $1 million footage.
Oh my God! Holy dude!
Chris Clemens and his buddies organized a trip to fulfill their fascination with the magnificent creature.
He's a monster, dude! Holy shit!
They dropped bait into the water, luring the huge fish to the side boat. Fortunately, it took a big bite out of the bait and swam away before it could harm any humans. Joey Antonelli and his friend Nick were on a routine boat ride in Oahu, Hawaii, when they met a local resident they had not scheduled a meeting with. As they waited for that day's catch, Joey felt like he was in the presence of something other than his favorite fish, the mahi-mahi.
Go, 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 go! Go, what are you doing?
As his terrified companion continued to freak out, Joey peered around the rear of their boat, where he was shaken by what he saw.
No! Oh my God, the shark's eating your trolling motor! Hey! Nick, what? He's eating your trolling motor, Nick!
Fortunately for them, the shark quickly lost interest in the trolling motor and kept swimming downward. An eager crowd gathered in False Bay, South Africa to witness a great white shark breaching the water.
Okay. Guys, could I get all of you to stand up just for 1 second?
Sean, a tourist from the United States, thought that going shark watching could be a lot of fun. As they awaited their timely guest, the tour organizer asked them to stand up. Then suddenly, this incomprehensible act took place before their very eyes. That fleeting encounter with the wondrous creature opens Sean's eyes to the fact that he is a minuscule dot in the vastness of the universe. A man named Ledio had an unforgettable experience kayaking in the pristine waters of Dirmi, Albania. Ledio had been kayaking his entire life, and his camera in hand, he captured the moment he became entangled with a particularly persistent fish. After a few minutes of paddling, Ledio turned his head from side to side to identify the creature following him. In a flash of clarity, he affirmed his initial suspicion. It was a shark. The powerful short-fin mako shark persisted in pestering Ledio, to which he responded with a more territorial approach. After a few more thrashings, the naughty shark laid off Ledio, who continued to paddle away. In order to help with conservation efforts, volunteers spent a beautiful day at sea in Hansby, South Africa, collecting data on the white shark population for the White Shark Diving Company.
Turning. Going this way. It's right here.
The group waited patiently, but they had no idea what was in store for them when the moment finally arrived.
Oh my God. Whoa, there it is! Oh my God!
The 4.8-meter-long female white shark stayed near their boat for over an hour, allowing researchers to photograph her dorsal fin as part of the White Shark Identification Project. A man's experience while cage diving in South Africa went from thrilling to terrifying after he came face to face with an extremely hostile animal. Paul Deering signed up for cage diving, thinking he would have a very pleasant experience with majestic sharks. When the adrenaline junkie Paul jumped into the water with the cage, he was met with such a powerful force that he was forced to brace for his life. We can take comfort in the fact that Paul survived the ordeal because the cage was sturdy enough to withstand the savage blows of the raging shark. This footage, taken in Australia, demonstrates how graceful and regal these large animals can be. Diver Jenny Bradshaw was tasked with documenting and analyzing great white shark sightings in Perth. After a couple of minutes in pursuit of the animal, it showed itself and did something almost only possible in movies. For Jenny, it was a day full of surprises, and she continues to marvel over the magnificent feat of strength by the powerful sharks. YouTuber M. Hakim was on an ordinary dive at Brothers Island in Egypt when a member of his crew got extremely unlucky. At first it seems like an average shark encounter where nothing bad usually happens. Unfortunately, things go south rather quickly when the shark begins circling around one of the divers. Feeling threatened, the man tries to swim away from the predator as it suddenly attempts to take a bite out of his foot. Luckily, it fails in doing so and calmly swims away like nothing happened. The divers now begin to seriously worry about their safety. Just a few minutes later, the shark comes right back for the same guy and attempts to bite his face off. He does everything in his power to fight the beast off as it keeps coming back at him. Thankfully, the man is able to land a powerful punch on the shark's face that scares it away. Truly anything is possible in the ocean, and you should always be prepared to fight for your life, like this man did. What would you do if a shark came that close to you? Would you swim away or fight it off? While fishing at sea on an 8-foot kayak, this man unfortunately hauled in a little more than he bargained for. At the start of the video, the fisherman reveals that his catch is quite heavy, and so he suspects that it might be a shark.
He's down there. He's big. Now, I'm letting him twist me because I don't want to go too quickly or else he'll flip me. I'm only in an 8-foot kayak. I'm not in a kayak that's designed to be fishing in, I'll tell you that.
He carefully reels it in for a while, and when the catch comes close to the surface, he confirms that it is indeed a tiger shark, one big enough to overturn his kayak.
See that tiger shark right there? I'm gonna have to cut this line right here real soon, right?
After bringing the majestic beast to the surface for a closer look, the brave man decides to let it go, afraid that its strength might flip over his kayak. Somewhere along the South African coast, 2 kayakers received a visit from a terrifying, unexpected guest. In the beginning, one of the 2 men notices a 13-foot great white shark approaching, so he gets out his camera and starts recording.
I want to get him on camera. Is he still there? Oh, yeah, I can see him.
For quite some time, the predator is seen circling around their kayaks, coming dangerously close to them multiple times. Regardless, the two daring men try to remain calm and even put bait into the water to further entice the animal, but somehow fail to realize that they are bait themselves.
Oh, yeah, here comes again.
After circling the kayaks for a little longer, the shark eventually goes back to minding its own business and leaves them alone for good. Somewhere in Guadalupe, a diver got a little more than he bargained for when he attracted the attention of a great white shark while cage diving. In the beginning, all seems to be going well as the diver observes the large animal from a distance. Unfortunately, the shark quickly spots the cage and decides to come get a closer look when this happens. When the cage bars fail to give way, the determined predator circles the cage and now attacks the bars on the other side. Luckily for the diver, the animal seems to lose interest after the second failed attempt and is seen swimming away.